Hey y'all, Charmise Idris here, and today I wanted to bring you along as I make this outdoorsy citronella candle because here in South Carolina it is finally below 90 and I can sit out on my balcony and enjoy the weather. And for those who don't know, the scent of citronella is supposed to repel insects. For this project, I'll be using this natural terracotta pot that I got from Candle Science. They do come in a pack of 6, and of course I'll have all the links below. I'll be using this succulent mold that I got from Amazon just for a little decoration, and I'll be using the Golden Brand's 464 soy wax. The wick I'll be using is also from Candle Science. It's a CD18. Now, I wasn't quite sure about this when I was going back and forth because of this inside rim on the terracotta pot, but I think this is the best one for this project, and I'll be using the Citronella fragrance from Candle Science as well. I'll also be using a holder to keep the wick in place. Actually, I'm going to switch from this one later, and then I need a wick sticker as well. And I already have my hot water bath going so that I can melt the wax. Oh, and I don't have it pictured, but I'll also be using a candy thermometer. First things first, I need to weigh out my wax so that I can get that started melting before I do anything else. And I will have the full recipe in a blog post, but I'll have the measurements below this video as well. Now that I have that all together, I'm going to put that in my water bath and I'm going to let that melt, and then I'm going to get started wicking my terracotta pot. And if you are thinking about selling this type of candle, just make sure you check out the Candle Science page for the terracotta pot. There are some stipulations, like one of them is to not have it sitting outside, like getting wet, because terracotta pots do soak up that moisture. In order to place my wick, I'm just going to do what I've learned so many years ago from Stanley Handcrafted, which is just using a pen. And fun fact, this is from Goodwill, and that was my very first job. But yeah, I'm just going to use that to try to place it in the center. I fiddled with this wick holder for a little while and then just decided to give up. I'm going to use one of my popsicle stick wick holders instead. For this specific wax, the instructions are to heat to 185 degrees Fahrenheit or 85 degrees Celsius, and then immediately add in the fragrance oil or essential oil at 185 degrees. Then you'll need to remove it from the heat and stir it for 2 minutes. And then you'll pour at 135 degrees Fahrenheit or 57.2 degrees Celsius. Now, I naturally remove it from the hot water bath and then add fragrance oil. I didn't even think about it, but it's fine. It turned out fine. Once I got down to 135 degrees Fahrenheit, I went ahead and poured it into my terracotta pot first just to see where I would like it to stop. And then I decided to add the rest of it into the succulent molds. Now I'm going to let them harden completely, especially that succulent mold, because you're going to have to pop them out. So make sure you let them harden, and I just let it sit overnight because I tend to get a little impatient. So just let it sit overnight, come back the next day and pop those succulents out of that mold. It is now the next day and I'm going to assemble my candle, and I'll need a heat gun for this. Removing these from the mold did take a little bit of elbow grease, but I also had to be gentle as well as to not break them. But it was a success, and I'm just placing them now to see how I would like them arranged, and just to make sure that I would like it arranged that way. You can go bigger or you can go more, but I like my little balance here. Now I'm going to use my heat gun and just evenly melt the top of the candle so that I can place my succulents in, and then it'll reharden and they will be stuck into place. I will let this harden and I'll be back to show you the results. All right, y'all, here's the final result of my citronella succulent candle. I'm going to trim the wick. It's going to be a little bit longer than I would typically have it, but since I have those succulents on top, I'll just light it, let those melt down, and then I'll trim the wick a little bit shorter. Before I go, I want to shout out my people over on Patreon who help support this channel. Thank you guys. And if you see anything you like, make sure you check out their links in the description below.